Welcome to Megacity 1, where the streets are deadly, the air is radioactive, and when you die, you don't get a peaceful burial, you get Resyked. Resyk is the city's body recycling plant. Over 1,000 corpses per hour get cut up and broken down into 107 useful constituents: flesh, bone, organs, nothing is wasted. In fact, Resyk has a motto: we use everything but the soul. This is what happens when Resyk gets its hooks into you. It pulls your teeth and plucks your eyeballs out of their sockets. It slices you open and slurps out your vital organs. What's left gets dissolved into a chemical sludge. Resyk tells us that each body is broken down into 107 constituents, which are used by megacity industries in all sorts of ways. Some of it is obvious. Eyes and hearts can be transplanted into other people, and even in a future world of bionic eyes and plastine pumps, there are plenty of folk who prefer the real thing. But it's not always so clear how citizens' remains are used. When the survivors of East Meg 1 put a 10 million credit bounty on Judge Dredd's head, a Justice Department spokesperson told the media, "Attempts on Judge Dredd's life are nothing new. Those who try generally end up at Resyk. You could be salving your lips with them right now." And there are rumors that foodstuffs like Munts and even Hotties might be Resyk products, but they deny this. I mean, of course they do. But Resyk is more than just a factory of death. Let's say Granddad has died and you want to say goodbye. Well, you can at Resyk. There are funeral services where you can drop the dear departed straight onto the conveyor belt, and a chapel of rest for a more dignified send-off. So you and the rest of the family can come together to pay your respects. Then robotic arms will tip Granddad out of his casket and feed him to the spinning blades while you check out the gift shop for the perfect souvenir. This is Manfred Skinner, also known as Skin. He works at Sector 50 Resyk 3 days a week cleaning the rotoviscerator. It's an old model, and its blades clog up time and again with the weight of flesh and bone and sinew. But Skin doesn't mind. He's grown used to the gore, and Resyk is a handy place to work if you have a hobby like Skin's. He's into tailoring, bespoke fashion, and his favorite material is skin, human skin. Of course, when you're gathering human skin, you end up with extra bits you don't want to keep. So it's handy if your day job is literally making corpses disappear. But like everything else in the Big Meg, Resyk is mostly run by robots, which is just as well really as death, and places of death hold a morbid attraction for some people. There's this guy, Harold Lazarus, who goes to accident scenes and fakes being dead. He's nearly been Resyked 3 times now. Why does he do it? Who can say? It can't be just a death wish. There are better ways to make that wish come true in Megacity 1. But he certainly wants to get into Resyk, even if he doesn't actually want to be recycled. You don't have to be Resyked when you die. You can be buried if you want, or cremated, or even stuffed. But that costs 1,000 credits, plus whatever the cemetery or taxidermist want to charge you, so only the wealthy go for these options. For everyone else, it's the conveyor belt and a chance to be useful at last. Not that being recycled is free. If you're leaving loved ones behind, they'll get hit with a 100 cred processing fee. And for 50 credits more, they can get any leftovers returned in a commemorative urn. Other than the ultra-rich, being recycled is one thing most big meggers have in common. Judges and perps alike end up in the flesh mill, and Byron Ambrose, the city's most popular mayor, lay in state in the chapel of rest for a week before he hit the Resyk belt. In Megacity 1, your usefulness doesn't end when your life does. In fact, that's when you really start working. 1 minute you're watching vid shows, the next you're industrial solvent or lip salve. It's the circle of life, Megacity style. Sleep tight, citizen, you're about to become very productive. Like and follow for more dreadful content.